honest, that I've had for a really long time, that us girls have had since day one of this. When God called us to do ministry, when God called us to go into music, I remember begging him not, I know this sounds funny, but not to give me that calling. I remember begging him not to put me in ministry. Because my greatest fear is that I'm going to spend my whole life doing all the good Christian things that a Christian should, and serving God and working for God. But at the end of my life, I'm afraid that I'm going to go through my whole life working and never really pursuing him. And somehow along the way, forgetting who he is. And I know that sounds funny, guys, but you see so many tragic stories. Why is it that when we're saved, when we're first called, we realize that we can't earn it at all, right? So we just lay everything aside and we fall on our faces, and in that one moment we realize that we are completely helpless, and we surrender to God, and there's this amazing feeling that comes, and we realize that we're just his, that we don't have to be anything else, but we're just his. And then somewhere along the way we're told, okay, well, now that you're a Christian, you have to do this, you have to do this, you have to do this, and all of a sudden it just becomes about works, and we forget that moment that we just surrendered. And there's so many endings that are tragic because we lost who he was. And something that I've realized on this journey is that at the end of all of this, I just want to be in his arms. At the end of this, and the microphones and the lights and the stage, at the end of all of this, I just want to be in his arms. That's all that matters. That's it. When I get to heaven, God's not going to ask me how many albums I sold. He's not going to ask me how many #1 singles I had. He's not going to ask you how much money you made. Are you still in his arms? Maybe it's time to go back to that day where you just laid on your face and you said, I'm yours, I've got nothing to give you. Because I think if we just take the time to stay in his arms, I guarantee we're going to have a beautiful ending. And no matter where you're at today, if you feel lost, if you feel like that emotion, that original feeling that you had with him is gone, I want you to know, I want you to hear this, it is not too late for you to have a beautiful ending.